It was a decent bill by the time it got to Appropriations Committee. But your chairman, Senator, basically Representative Nicholas, decided that he had a better way to do it and had a substitute bill, which nobody read, which he had a 100% vote of the Appropriations Committee, the substitute Bo Biden's bill that went through the whole Senate process, which is frustrating. It was even more frustrating to make sure that that issue didn't even get to the House floor. He had the House Appropriations Committee vote 100% against that and kill it right there on the spot so it couldn't even get to the House floor. The issue couldn't even go forward. Well, I felt that we needed to do something, and the only place that we could do it is in our investment policy statement. And so I brought forth an amendment to our investment policy statement that would insert the ESG, basically pretty close to what the Bo Biden bill was in our policy. And this last week, we did have a situation where something got by, and we had a company that was a credit company that had no coal investments. Well, this was for $250 million, and that same company had another $250 million bills. And we simply said, you're going to take coal out of that contract. And they did. They blinked. And that's the type of leadership that you have to have, I think, and the strength that you have to have in the state treasurer's office. You can pass any legislature, you can have anything in your investment policy statement, but if you haven't got somebody that's going to stand up there and stand for our industry and stand for our values, and that's something that we took to action, and that maybe is done, and that's what we're going to do with the rest of these people. But I tell you what, it's just not our state that's doing this. I'm an organization that's called the State Officers, Financial State Officers Foundation, and there's 27 other states there, and these are states like Pennsylvania, Florida, Texas, Alaska, and there's trillions of dollars worth of assets under management with those states. And every one of us are putting forth, basically getting ready to vote our proxies. So we can take this fight for our values and for Wyoming directly to the boardrooms of the companies across this nation. And so that's going to be exciting to see what's going on. We're looking forward to that challenge. And it's the first time that Wyoming's ever voted their share to stop. We got over about $4.3 billion worth of shares of stock. And I'll give you kind of a taste of how that's worked in the past. I don't know if any of you guys know of a news organization called Newsmax. Well, see it on some of the cable shows. Well, it was taken off under the satellite services. And so we had a meeting with our states and with the CEO of Newsmax. And I basically had my team tell me how many shares of AT&T we had. And the reason that's important because that was a major shareholder that controlled the satellite service. We had 365 shares, 1,000 shares of AT&T. I said, if you need them, sir, they're yours, whatever you need us to do. And you should have seen the look on the guy's face of an attorney for Newsmax. It was a smile from ear to ear. And now that particular news organization is able to actually broadcast and is back on that service. And what's important about that is that's free speech. And we don't have free speech in our news organizations, and we got to have balance. So that helps restore the balance in our news organizations. Now we try to stay, I think, apolitical because our basis for our decisions essentially is to make sure that we have free enterprise and that we have the highest risk-adjusted return that we can return for the state. And so that's just a taste of what we're doing. We're doing other things, looking at the Longview port thing that just was thrown out of the Supreme Court as far as review because the state didn't have standing, and that's the export coal across the Pacific. We're going to relook at that and see whether or not there's any chance that might be able to go forward with the state in that. because, but we'll find out whether or not I'm going through 1,200 pages of business plan, and there's 12,000 pages of EIS. But we're going to review that and see if there's a chance to reinvigorate that. That's $500 million a year that we lost because of the ESG policy. $500 million a year. $250 million was to build schools. Another $250 million basically went to the school foundation and to the general fund and other areas, severance tax. So it's a big battle. We're going to fight it one step at a time. We're not going to get over our skis. We're not going to be totally reactive. We're going to try to be proactive. And actually, this is working at this point in time with the coalition that we built across the nation. So that's just part of what we're doing. We still have unclaimed property. We still have a lot of other things that are going there. And if you ever want to get down into the weeds and talk about it, I love getting the weeds on these details. So thank you very much. It's a pleasure being here in Laramie County, and I'm glad, and I just really want to see, these guys are getting the Laramie County Republican Party back together. I know you guys are going to have full representation at the next convention, and that is one heck of a thing. It's a great direction that you guys are traveling, and I'm so proud of what you guys are accomplishing.